Here are 3 reasons why to subscribe to Fringe Financials on YouTube. Number 1, it is free, which is the best price that you can pay for this kind of content. 2, I am completely transparent with all of my investments. And number 3, I have a variety of educational videos every single week. Now let's get on with the video.
What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another Fringe Financials video. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at a stock that has actually almost matched the returns of NVIDIA over this last year. And if you aren't sure about what NVIDIA is as a company, they are one of those AI technology companies that produces gaming chips, computer chips, and those kind of things. And this stock of NVIDIA has returned over 200%. And when I see this article title, it says, a clothing retailer has nearly matched the same gains, it piques my interest. So if you're excited for today's video, make sure that you smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and turn on the bell notifications for all future uploads. Now, as you can see on the channel here, we just passed 30 subscribers, which is absolutely fantastic. So thank you all for your continued support, and we're going to keep growing, and hopefully the next goal is to 40. Now, with that being said, back at this article title here. So I saw this Yahoo Finance article title, and I was like, what clothing retailer could possibly have returns of NVIDIA stock? NVIDIA stock's up over 200%, and a clothing retailer has the almost same returns. That cannot be true. But funny enough, the one that has the same returns is Abercrombie and Fitch. Now, the Abercrombie Fitch stock is up more than 200% in 2023. So again, shares are up 210% in 2023. I couldn't believe that, and I double checked it, and it is in fact true. They talk about how they beat, again, their earnings estimate. So they're beating estimates here. Their revenue, so how much money they made, was $1.06 billion expected compared to $981 million. So again, a beat on revenue means you got more money coming in, you have more sales, and you have more profit coming into a company. Those are all really good indicators for investors to look at potentially buying the stock and to hold it and hope for more and more return. So again, you can look through this whole thing and the whole earnings release on this article here. Net sales were up 30% year over year, which again, they always compare year over year, quarter over quarter to see how the company's doing. Lower freight and raw materials costs, so you're not pushing operating margins. Of course, we had that supply issue over the last year with international shipments and everything else. So having the lower freight and the lower cost materials with inflation coming back down could also help cushion them moving forward. Now, again, the one thing that I love they highlight here, actually, there are numerous warning signs flashing to show the strong U.S. consumer spending is set to dwindle. And again, this is a consumer-based company, not based on, big corporations, tech and anything like that. It is based on the consumer, the average person, myself, you, if you're watching this video. This is who they portray to. And if they're looking at there being some signs that the consumer might be starting to slow down their spending, that could definitely be an impact on the stock, because if not as many people are buying clothes, you're not making as much money. You don't make as much money, you're going to have your revenue going down and everything else. Now, this week, Abercrombie rival American Outfitters also saw shares plummet as the clothing state beat earnings estimates but couldn't impress investors with their guidance. Now, when it comes to looking at listening to anybody reporting earnings, whether it's, NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Abercrombie and Fitch, American Eagle, there's 2 things that investors look for. They first look at the numbers, look to see, are they beating estimates? Are they missing from the estimates from Wall Street and everything else? But they also look for the forward guidance. The forward guidance also makes a huge difference. If they have awful guidance, say, we're going to see this company start to slow down really, really quickly, those guidance is what makes people sell off in the market. Because it's like, why would I hold it for long term if your guidance for the future is going to be bad? If the future's going to be bad, why should I hold it long term? So when they have guidance come out and the guidance isn't as what investors are looking for, that's what could cause this kind of sell-off happening here, like in Eagle. So again, to talk more about how the sales go, again, with net sales and operating margins well exceeding our expectations, speaks to the power of our playbook working globally across our brand portfolio. Entering into the holiday season, our fiscal 2023 year-to-date results gave us confidence to continue to deliver for our customers and drive profitable growth. So again, they have earnings calls where investors sit in, listen to these, officers, the CEO, CFO, whoever it could possibly be, and they talk about the company and what's going to move forward. And when they say these kind of things, it kind of makes it be bullish. Again, bullish basically means the stock's going to be going up. So after I read that, I was like, okay, well, let me take the stock first. So here's NVIDIA, right, in the blue, has run up 227%. Now, again, the average S&P 500 return is like 10%, and NVIDIA is up 207%. Abercrombie Fitch is up 220% from all the way down here in like the whatever this price could possibly be. I don't got the price up right now. Let's look at that later on. And it's insane. I sat there and I was like what? Like imagine this, right? Imagine telling somebody like, oh, I'm gonna invest in Microsoft. Great company. And it is. It's an absolutely phenomenal company, right? Like I love Microsoft. I'm an investor in it as well. Not financial advice, but it's like Microsoft has got 57%, and you have the average Joe investing in Abercrombie, 4 times as much, which is absolutely insane. So what is it that has Abercrombie running so well? Well, I wanted to do a little more research. This came out in like January of this year, which, is a little bit of an outdated article, but they talk about how they're moving away from Abercrombie's, model that was years and years ago. So I grew up in the time period where Abercrombie was malls a lot. They talk about, have it be, where was it? It was down here. Oh yeah. Shirtless models, lowest sweatshirts going over millennials. So they're kind of going away from all this stuff here. So they always had those shirtless models out for the stores, and it always made me feel super self-conscious about it. So I never went in there for that reason, because I was like, oh, whatever. Not my company, not my store to go into. So they used to have those models standing out front, that model their clothing and everything else, and then, they got a lot of backlash for it. So there was something, where was it? It was down. So this is also really cool too. They're opening up a lot more stores, which is great. Abercrombie was a staple of teen wardrobes during the 1990s and 2000s. Sexualized advertising features young shirtless male models, turning the brand into a preppy status symbol for high schoolers. And it was proudly exclusionary, refusing to make sizes XL or XXL for years. I think I watched the documentary on Netflix too. That's what the former CEO says, we go after the cool kids. We go to the attractive all-American kid with great attitude and lots of friends. Not me at the time period, as that's why I never went in the store, obviously. And so what happened is that, other companies like H&M started to emerge because they kind of started to include everybody and not just be exclusive to certain people. And then the CEO left 2014. The brand was toxic, so race and sex discrimination and harassment lawsuits. Great former CEO right here. I know there's something that, I think they just came out with another harassment lawsuit against it, I think over the last month or so. But then what happened is you have this new CEO that comes in, Fran Horowitz, right? So we are a positive, inclusive brand with a nice sensibility, very different from what they encountered in the past. So they kind of rebranded Abercrombie & Fitch to make it be more personal, more approachable, and it makes it better for everybody else here. They're lighter. Again, they used to be like super dark stores, and the perfume would maybe like choke on like the perfume because it was like just so intense. So they made the stores lighter, the clothes are looser, so they have better sizes, and they've gone back to the basic logos, or they've gone back to basic clothing with logoless brands, loungewear jackets, and again, they try to outfit adults for everything. And so that is where they've kind of momentum shift, and they've reevaluated what's going to sell in the future here. So love that this is a cool idea here. And, and what I want to look at is kind of to show you where I think the stock could possibly go here. So this right here is the Abercrombie Fitch stock, as you can see at the top here. And it's covering all the way back to when it was in 1997 or 1996 stuff. So here's this big run up that you get, right, when you have like those cool kids you're approaching and everything else here. And they get this big plummeting sell-off with the recession in play and everything else. But again, not everyone was wanting to be the cool kid anymore. Rallied up a little bit, came back down again. And over the last like years, it's kind of just like dwindled down and everything else. As you look at this chart right here, it's not just like one of those stocks that like just pumped and then just like was gone. It's pumped the entire year. It's not, which is not, which is something that's really more unheard of. Usually you have those companies that are pumped for like a week, 2 weeks, make 10%, make 20%, make 100%, and then sell off and crash and burn. But with Abercrombie & Fitch, it's really rallied like ever since, you look at like the beginning of last year, or even in June of last year, and it's had a consistent performance, which is insane. Now, here's what my analysis is, and this is just, again, me as not a financial advisor. Again, please do your own research and everything else. as you can see here, we're really starting to approach these all-time highs back in 2007. So the all-time highs were really up here in the 80s, and it's really starting to get close to that here. Now, as you can see, this first red line right here, it's kind of touched this multiple times. It touched it a couple times here, so it has like that resistance line here. So I'm curious to see if it's going to break through or if it's going to reject this value right here and come back down and maybe kind of flatten out a little bit. I'm not really quite sure. If it breaks through here, the next thing to go to is your all-time highs back in 2007 here. For me personally, I would not want to hop on this train just yet because, again, it's run up 200% and Nvidia's run up 200% and Nvidia's, a 1 point something trillion dollar company. Abercrombie is not. So I would stay away from this person myself. I am going to stay away from Abercrombie Fitch for right now. I want to see what happens here. I don't know if I would be an investor in this one, but it's a really just interesting article to understand. A retail company that sells clothes has the same return as Nvidia. So that is it for today's video. Hope I brought you guys some new information, some new analysis as to what we're looking at here and how Abercrombie Fitch is coming back. If you're somebody used to buy the clothing, they're back, guys. So feel free to go out and buy some more if you'd like to, whatever the case is. Thank you so much. If you made this fun, the video, make sure that you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Now, I did just get a new PC monitor set up, so hopefully my live streams will be coming out. Please stay tuned as I will be posting things about my live stream on my Instagram at Fridge Financials. If you have not followed me already, please make sure you go follow me on there. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Have enjoyed your holiday weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video.